Hello and welcome to National Focus. I am Curvia John. In the headlines, airport construction progresses as environmental safeguards remain a priority. MMI mission and spinal surgery mark healthcare milestones. And new Goodwill school to boost technical and vocational education. The details of the headline stories and more when written. Welcome back. Work on Dominica's International Airport continues to advance steadily across multiple construction areas, with government reporting satisfactory progress on the major infrastructure project. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit provided the latest update on the project during a press conference today.
Earthworks and culvert construction are now approximately 78% complete. Runway and taxiway construction has reached 60% completion, while significant progress is also being made on the passenger terminal, cargo facility, air traffic control tower, fuel farms, and other critical infrastructure. I wish to reassure everyone that all activities related to aggregate extraction and processing for the project are being undertaken within the framework of the laws and regulations of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
The Prime Minister says government remains committed to ensuring that environmental safeguards are respected.
In this regard, approvals have recently been granted by the Physical Planning Division for the Stonefield aggregate site and the Stonefield crushing plant. That is on May 20th, 2026. I want to reiterate that there is no mining operation taking place and no plans for copper mining or any similar activity. The purpose of the quarry is solely to provide construction aggregate required for the airport project. The government continues to follow the established regulatory processes, including environmental assessments and oversight by the relevant authorities. The international airport remains one of the most transformative projects in our nation's history. It is creating employment, stimulating economic activity, and laying the foundation for expanded tourism, trade, investment, and opportunity for future generations.
Medical Mission International, or MMI, is about to embark on a 2-week mission in Dominica. During this period, the team will undertake 60 eye surgeries, working closely alongside a local team of 3 ophthalmologists and staff at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital.
This mission builds on the success of the first MMI mission last year, during which some 80 sight-restoring surgeries were completed. We extend sincere appreciation to MMI and the Rotary Club of Dominica for facilitating this partnership, and all members of our local health team for their continued commitment towards improving access to specialized care for our people.
Meantime, Dominica has marked another significant milestone in its healthcare development.
Just 2 weeks ago, our medical team successfully completed the country's first brain tumor surgery using our own local resources and personnel. The patient was diagnosed with an aggressive brain tumor and surgery was carried out successfully.
Additionally, the successful completion of another spinal surgery is being viewed as further evidence of the growing strength of Dominica's healthcare system, following the first such operation earlier this year and the continued expansion of neurosurgical services in the country.
It speaks to the investments we have made in our people, our infrastructure, and our partnerships, allowing more Dominican patients to receive complex care at home, surrounded by their families and their very own support systems. As we strengthen specialized services, we are also reinforcing the foundation of our healthcare system through primary healthcare. Over the past month, 16 nurses have been employed across the public health sector, and 3 additional doctors have been assigned to primary healthcare services to enhance prevention, promotion, early detection, and timely intervention.
The government of Dominica is placing greater emphasis on technical and vocational education as it works to prepare students for a changing economy. One of the key projects supporting that shift is the new Goodwill Secondary School, currently under construction with funding from China Aid. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit toured the site on Tuesday, saying the new Goodwill Secondary School is being positioned to play a major role in expanding practical skill-based learning opportunities for young people.
This school will also form part of our efforts towards technical vocational education. With all of the investments the government has been making and continues to make, you're going to need a lot of skills in the country. And while we have provide tuition and scholarships and grants and bursaries to thousands of young Dominicans to go out to university to do mainly academic pursuits, which is fine. But now we have to in a clinical way redirect our resources to technical vocational skills.
The Goodwill Secondary School is one of 6 schools being built with support from China Aid. The facility is expected to include modern classrooms, laboratories, workshops, and spaces designed to support hands-on learning. This project reflects a broader strategy to align education with labor market needs, particularly in areas such as construction, technology, engineering, and skilled trades.
We're going to need a lot of people to run the airport. We still need a lot of people to properly run the hospital in terms of technical skills. Yes, we have more doctors than we need. Yes, we have more of this than we need, but in terms of technical skills, we need this. We're going to need technical people to be able to run the marina and the cable car and the many hotels that we have. We need some technical skills. And so we'll be focusing on those type of skills in carpentry, in masonry, electricity, plumbing. You know, we have to come to a point where we have too many of those people who are trained and not be in a situation where we don't have enough people who are trained.
The new school will feature a range of modern facilities designed to support both academic and technical education.
Work is progressing very, very well and very satisfactorily. This is a huge structure that has taken into consideration a number of very crucial elements, the classroom sizes, the various labs, library, and of course the computer room, IT room. Also, physical education is crucial, and the space didn't allow for the usual type facility, but certainly the design has taken that into consideration, and we have created enough space for all of the necessary sports, basketball, netball, volleyball, to take place on the first floor. And of course, the students will have, for other sports, the presence of the Pollersville playing field. You would have seen a mock room. One of the classrooms would have been completed to give you a sense of what the classrooms will look like, obviously unfurnished. The school will come fully equipped and fully furnished once construction is over.
The Prime Minister says the design and engineering of this and the other 5 schools funded by China Aid have taken into consideration government's vision to build the first climate-resilient nation.
We ensure that this school can survive any catastrophic impact, any disaster impact, and of course, students can continue with school immediately after a natural disaster. We'll have water tanks in there, a standby generator. So it's an exciting time for the Goodwill community and of course an education on the whole. Having a conducive place for learning is priority number 1 for the government and the Ministry of Education. And this is why we have continuously made efforts to improve the physical structures, the learning centers across Dominica.
During the visit, the Prime Minister thanked the government and people of China for their continued partnership with Dominica in the education sector. No eligible voter should be left behind during the confirmation exercise, according to the Electoral Office, which is currently expanding outreach to homebound and vulnerable citizens across the country. Efforts are continuing to ensure that every eligible voter has an opportunity to participate in the ongoing voter confirmation exercise, including persons with disabilities and others who may face challenges accessing registration centers.
We have taken an initiative of using the mobile kits on a Wednesday. So every Wednesday we visit different constituencies where we go to the homes of the shut-ins or probably vulnerable persons or persons with disabilities who may not be able to access the centers. So we do home visits with the mobile kits. And we also have a schedule for that, which is we have placed on across the social media platforms, and we also do announcements in advance of the communities that we will be visiting. So it's on the radio, on all the major radio stations, that just to sensitize persons where we will be. And if you have any shut-ins at home or you have any vulnerable persons who have not yet have gotten the opportunity with the mobile kits, you can call the office, our hotline, at 617-9595. So 617-9595, and you can register the names of those persons and we will come to their homes.
Special arrangements have been made for vulnerable and homebound individuals through the use of mobile registration kits and home visits, ensuring that no eligible elector is overlooked. Chief Elections Officer Ms. Anthea Joseph says the Electoral Office remains committed to making the process as accessible and inclusive as possible.
Now, on the note of the shut-ins or vulnerable persons, we're asking their family members to please, when we are coming to do the home visits, to really have the persons ready. Have them ready for the process. Because you know that we have to take a photo. So at least, to have them, their hair combed, a proper clothing, and that they also have their documents ready. Because what we have found in the past, that we have gone to homes to do home visits, and we found that some of the persons did not have valid IDs, so we could not complete the process. And there were cases where some persons their families did not get them ready for the process, knowing that we have to take a photo. We could not proceed. So we are asking the family of persons, of those who have vulnerable family members, and you are inviting us to do the confirmation at your home, to please get your families ready in order that we can complete the process.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. As government seeks to expand economic opportunities and encourage private sector growth, entrepreneurship and access to business support featured prominently during a recent pre-budget consultation. Finance Minister Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre said the consultations allow government to gather direct feedback from citizens and ensure that national budget priorities reflect the needs of communities across the country.
In terms of the knowledge, public education, they are because the small business question did come up quite a bit, and I agree with you, because it's small business that is entrepreneurship that's going to drive an economy. All of us know this. However, there are some incentives that we have that a lot of people might not be aware of. So there's a small business unit. We do have the fiscal incentives, so I suggest those of you in the small business unit. Some of you know about the aid bank and the monies there at the aid bank, but even besides that, the incentives you can get from the small business unit, it will really help your small businesses. So I think take advantage of those. You can visit them and get all the information as to what's available to assist us in the small business as well.
Creating new business opportunities and reducing reliance on imports remain key priorities as government continues to invest in agriculture and agro-processing. A number of strategic facilities are already in place, creating opportunities for entrepreneurs to expand local production, add value to agricultural products, and stimulate economic growth. The finance minister also addressed concerns over rising energy costs, noting that the impact of the ongoing conflict between the United States and Iran on international fuel prices.
Granted, we know the situation internationally and we recognize the fuel and energy issue, and all of us are paying for it at the pump. Now, this is precisely why the government is involved in exploring in the north. I don't know how many of you would be aware that we actually trying to proceed with our geothermal energy plant in the north. That would, obviously that's thinking ahead because we have to consider the airport, we're going to consider the marina, and we're going to need the energy for all of those different things. So it's a real bigger picture, and that would actually fit in very well with our nature island and our first climate resilient country, and also from the energy point of view, which is what is really going to cut down the cost of investment in the country. Energy is what's going to drive everything.
And now for your weather updates. A high-pressure system will rebuild during the afternoon. This is expected to support occasionally cloudy skies and brief showers across parts of the island into the overnight period. Fair to moderate concentrations of Saharan dust are expected over the next 24 hours. This will result in hazy skies, reduced air quality and visibility, and warmer than normal conditions. Persons with asthma, allergies, or other respiratory conditions are encouraged to limit prolonged outdoor activities and to take the necessary precautions to avoid health complications. Sea conditions are forecast to remain slight to moderate during the next 24 hours. Waves are expected to reach around 3 feet along the western coast and near 7 feet along the eastern coast. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Curvia John. Thank you for watching, and remember to stay safe.